Hey guys, I just gave an update about um, Heritage Days that's coming up this weekend, but I wanted to give you an update of some of the stuff I'm doing with Oniciferous. I need to post something about leading them into the barn. Half of the problem is I do it at 4 o'clock in the morning before I go to work. And so, believe it or not, I've been able to catch them in the pen and lead them all the way down to the barn and lead him into the barn and into the stall, which has really been a big deal. He's learned to love the fan and all you can eat hay that's in there and the water. And so he's learned to kind of accept that and less flies and way less heat. And so it's been kind of fun. But let me show you kind of what we've been doing. I have worked on getting a pad on and a saddle on. I haven't cranked the saddle down, but I really need to get him used to being able to use a rope up over his head. And you can see that he's like, I'm not real sure about that. So I just kind of help him because someday you're going to throw reins up over his head. I'm going to help again, reassure him, pull him back over, or I can push him out. He's not a big fan of the rope. As much of all the things we've done, that's been one of the things he's really struggled with, probably because that's part of the wounding I brought to his life initially. But I'm trying to really get him used to the rope and giving to it. You can see he doesn't even want it on his back legs, but he knows right away to turn. And so that's really been impressive that he's been really, really sharp on that. Half the problem's been he doesn't like it back there. And so he's been really like, I don't want it back there, John. I don't trust it back there. It's going to take me out. And so he's learned already just to give. As soon as I get it around there or even close, he just gives to it. And so kind of defeats the purpose, but not really. He's just been super, super sharp and easy trained so far because of how intelligent he is. Some of the blessing, too, is I've been able to turn him out into a pasture. And I regretted it the first 2 or 3 times I did it because it took me about 20 minutes to half an hour to catch him in one of my pastures I have here that's only about an acre. But I've started when I would catch him, I would just catch him and still let him eat grass. And then after about 5-10 minutes, I'd bring him out, even out of the pasture, and let him eat grass at the gate. And so he started getting where he wasn't as upset with me about catching him. And so I've been able to just go out the past 2 or 3 times and just catch him, which has been really, really cool. You can see I got a big boy halter on him. It's no longer a rope halter, which there's nothing wrong with rope halters. I've just wanted a big boy halter on him here for a while. But I don't even have to pull on him. He just is like, I know. And I have switched it up and gone the other way. I try not to do that too much because I don't want him to be confused. You can also see that I've banded his mane because I want to be able to see his brand over here, which has been really exciting. And the other thing was he got his first tail brush Sunday morning. I had time after my sermon I wrote, and we were able to bond like that. And I literally was back there brushing his tail going, Lord, please don't let him kick me because I know how accurate he is. And he didn't. He was super stoked about it. But he got his tail brushed out and his mane brushed out and banded again. And so it's been really, really exciting that we've been able to do this. And, just you can see how quiet. Now we have bad days, but you can see how quiet he is and what a blessing it's been. But this is something that's super important to do. And I want to explain it to you. Most of the time, you have to stick it around a domesticated horse's butt and kind of pull on it. And the whole idea is that they get a chance to actually respond. Here, it might give me a chance here. Might give me a respond to pull on him and have him come to me, along with the rope, go along his back legs. And there not be a panic there. But I'm really happy that he's quiet in doing this. Trust me, we've had some days where it's not so quiet. And it's all part of that return to the master faster part. You can see it literally in this practice that I do with this rope. And again, I know he's not a huge fan of it, but where I'm able to bring it around, and the quicker he comes back to me, the quicker he finds refreshment and peace and being restored in right relationship. And so it's really been good. And it's really been a yeehaw in a lot of ways too. I've really tried to get him used to having the rope on him. Still not a huge fan of it being like put over his back or thrown on him, but definitely things he needs to get used to. And as you can tell, there's really not a lot of panic there, even though it goes over his, oh, there we go. Let's see what he does here. Yep, he's going to get himself all bound up, and I'm just going to let it go. Good example. Right there, though, I love his response. He freak out, but then he's like, John, help me. You know, and so he's not real sure about what's going on here, and I'm just going to come, and I can't even really reward him. I'm not going to get stuck in that, and let it get stuck. Let him figure it out. Let him worry. I want him to see that, and he's in a perfect spot where he shouldn't get wounded. It shouldn't hurt him. He's not going to get hung up on anything in here, but it is going to follow him. Oh, okay, it's off his leg. Good. The right answer is to always, anytime any horse spooks, even especially for a Mustang, is eventually I want the right answer to be just stand still and, you know, let me come to your rescue. He's probably going to be super salty with me because he took off in the wrong way, right? So I want to come back. I want to reassure him. I want to build his confidence back with the rope. And so again, the rope chased him down and it scared him, right? So it's super dirty, but that's okay. I'm going to throw it up over his back. Yep. That's kind of the thing with at least with Onesiphorus. I don't know if this is with all Mustangs, but sometimes you really have to work at something, and then even when something seems to be going well and there's a confusion or a blow up, that you got to take a little bit of time and kind of win his heart back on that. And so this is really encouraging. I don't get too discouraged. I've had colts do way worse things. And but the whole idea is, how quick does he get quiet again? How quick does he, you know, come back to being in right relationship rather than freaking out? That's what's hard. The longer they take to come back to you, the harder they are to train. And I would say the Lord feels the same way about us. Is so often things happen in our lives, just like that rope tangled them all up. I mean, I wrapped every bit of it around all four legs. We get in those messes ourselves. That was nothing I did. It was everything. He just kept compounding the problem, and we tend to do that. One little thing comes up, and we tend to compound the problem. And Jesus just says, if you would follow me, he says, my sheep know my voice, and they listen to me, and they follow me. And so many times I've been caught, just like Onesiphorus, where something happened in my life, and I just ran ahead of the master, or the shepherd, and I just got all tangled up in it until I didn't have any other answers, or I ran from it. And that's never the right answer either, unless you're running to the master. And so I want to encourage your hearts that even though you might seem like you've been entangled here for a while, that repenting, returning, and being refreshed by the master is the only way to go. Hey, thanks, friends. We're going to keep working on stuff like this and keep you posted. But we hope to see you at Heritage Days this weekend. That's Friday night, 7 to 8. Saturday, noon to 1, 4 to 5, 7 to 8. And then Sunday morning, I should say afternoon, probably 12:30 to 1:30. So we hope to see you there. Bring a friend. Be sure to like and share and leave a comment on this, and subscribe if you're not, and share these, because not only do you get a little bit of how to train your Mustang, but you also get to hear about the good news of Christ. So blessings on you, and we'll keep you posted on our next updates as things transpire here with Onesiphorus and I. Blessings on you.